It's okay. It's all
Apparently
mystery.
not that
Everything's made
observant.
up, Leon.
You've seen the time knife, right?
No, I haven't.
Bud, you're frozen.
I'm not. I'm good.
No, you're not. You're not frozen, bud.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the BREWDCAST. I am, as always, Bathroom Time Bud Robinson, because I'm in my bathroom. It's a really ridiculous nickname. And I do love me a good TikTok filter, so this is like the best lighting for it. Soon to join me will be Bud. I'm Bud. Soon to join me is Leon Robinson and the town historian, or sledgehammer, depending on how you met him. This is part 2 of our year-end awards, and it gets pretty deep, I guess. Like, our picks are, I guess, probably not all that surprising to anybody, but I enjoyed the conversation, and you will too. Gosh darn it. I don't know, maybe you won't, but you should watch anyway to find out if you will. So, I mean, what do you have to lose? You already started this video, and I wish this is what I looked like the whole time, but it's not. So here we go, into the video.
All right. Here we go, Uncle Leon.
Yeah, Townie.
It's not my uncle.
Most disappointing event of the year.
Most disappointing event of the year. I mean, it's got to be Brawl Out, right?
All
I
out.
don't know if I can pick anything else. Brawl Out.
That's not an event, though. That's something that happened after.
You sounded like an uncle just then.
I mean, yeah, I think so. Because I mean, Punk blows out his pack or whatever, and then goes fucking ham on anyone and everybody. His airing of grievances, and then the fight afterwards. And while it did have some good things come out of it, it's just it's disappointing.
I'm gonna piggyback you because I'm gonna go with All Out too, because I think All Out just on a whole was a disappointing show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that show is as good as it could have been, and I think it felt like I watched it, but then at the end of it, I was like, meh. And then all that shit happened.
And I think,
I think All Out was. I think out of the context of what happened afterwards,
mm-hmm.
I think the show itself. I thought the show was disappointing.
It was.
I thought it was just a disappointing show. It's interesting though, because without that moment, I don't think we are where we are right now. And I think where we are right now is we're in a better spot. And I think Tony Khan reinvesting in the guys that are true AEW guys is really fucking smart.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely,
I will pick All Out as well. But the caveat being it got us here, because that show was disappointing. The shit afterwards was disappointing. So, but Robinson?
Same. I think All Out was, if I remember correctly, when we did the review of that, it was like 50% of it was, I think what you said, Town, was that like the first half of the matches were just kind of meh. And then it started to pick up.
Which was not how AEW pay-per-views have been.
No.
Because some of them are just...
And All Out is like I feel like All Out has always been their big show, and this year it hasn't. I think Full Gear like really delivered this year more than any other pay-per-view.
Well, let's just segue straight to the next one, because the next one is the best event of the year. And Townie's first, and Townie's going to pick Full Gear. That card was that was an AEW card from top to bottom. Those matches were fantastic. The stories were great. The ending was fantastic. Everything to that show, to me, that was like a perfect show. That was the best show of the year. Bud Robinson?
Forbidden Door.
Ooh.
And because there was so much. Now they could have done more, but I think they put so many dream matches into that card that it was hard for even the matches that, and in this moment I can't think of one that I was not interested in. Like, I wanted to watch them all.
No, they did a good job.
It was an amazing show.
Yeah. Leon?
Leon's having an
just for
aneurysm.
for everything that went on it, all the different matches, and like Bud just said, the dream matches, I really enjoyed Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun, especially
love
seeing all those New Japan folks coming in and mixing it up.
I love Forbidden Door, but to me, Full Gear was the card, and it was the card we needed. It was the card we got, and it was that moment of the momentum swing and everything that happened. It was just that was the show we needed after all that shit. Oh, here we go, bud. You ready? Got your knickers on? Got your knickers on?
No. I have Thai fisherman pants.
Okay, I don't know what those are. Okay. Most disappointing match of the year.
God, this is so easy.
Yes.
Is it me?
You're up
first. Nyla Rose versus Jade Cargill.
Oh, really?
Oh my god. I love Nyla Rose, and she's like, she doesn't get a lot of TV time. She does not get a lot of love, I think, from AEW in general, because I think they might just see her as like a utility person, like a utility wrestler. But like, you set up, and they've done this so many times, and we complain about it every time, but they set it up to look like Nyla Rose was going to be the one. And we all knew that it wasn't going to happen, because we know that Jade Cargill is going to get to 50, because it's a nice round number. But like, it was like the storyline was amazing, and to have it peter out like that was just so frustrating.
Leon?
Gonna kind of piggyback on the things I've said earlier, and I'm gonna go with God damn it, because Punk and Mox.
Which one?
For one, the pay-per-view one. Cause I just thought it could have been a better match, and then the whole him getting injured during it and everything that snowballed from it. Yeah, I had real high hopes for that, and then like I said, both the in-ring wasn't quite up to it, I didn't think, and then everything that came from it, that would put it as my most disappointing, I think.
So I'm going to also go with the CM Punk match, but I'm going to go with CM Punk versus Hangman. What show was that? Revolution?
I accept that. Whatever one, All In, Double Down, whatever the one is here in Vegas. All Out? No.
Double or Nothing.
All In, Double or Nothing, yeah.
I don't think it was All Out. I think it was Double or Nothing.
It was Double or Nothing, yeah.
Someone that's always here in Vegas, yeah. Double or Nothing, yeah.
That match to me was... I knew Punk was going to win, and I know Bud didn't want him to win because Bud wanted other stuff to happen. I remember that. But I just thought that match should have been so much more and could have been so much more, and I felt like they kind of shit on Hangman.
Yep.
I agree. Punk, and they didn't think about. They were so focused on Punk, they forgot that what Hangman was.
Mm-hmm.
It was just one of those matches where I watched it and I was just like, okay, that's cool. Punk won, but at what cost? That
was my other choice. It was either what I said or that one. Those two matches just, both their in-ring wasn't nearly what I felt it could have been, and the stuff that sprawled out from it afterwards.
All right.
It was supposed to be the summer of Punk.
It was the summer of Mox and the winter of Mox.
This is the winter of your discontent.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to Leon Robinson Best match of the year.
Match of the year. Oh fuck. I don't know.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk, and we're gonna come back to you because clearly you can't do anything right.
Well, I mean,
Well,
that's
we
a
knew
little,
this already, though.
That's a little rough.
This is nothing new. This is nothing new. This is not a surprise.
So this one, for me, there's a lot of them that I look at and I go, meh. One match that I really, really enjoyed, was obviously Orange Cassidy winning the All Atlantic title. That was a great match. But for me, the match of the year is going to be Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door.
Oh, shit.
That match was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But are you shocked by that?
I'm surprised that we lined up because that's my pick too.
Oh no shit!
I just pulled up the Forbidden Door card, and like this is I'm remembering all of these. Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi was an amazing match.
It was good, but it wasn't as good as Ospreay.
But yeah, they kind of stole the like all of these matches were incredible in my eyes, but like somehow they still managed to steal the show.
That I think
Ospreay and Cassidy are so like high energy, high octane, balls to the wall, crazy, and obviously Orange Cassidy in a different way, but they showed it. Like that was the match that showed that Orange Cassidy deserves. If there was anybody who didn't believe it, Orange Cassidy deserves a title.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was, and I think that was part of what got him so because that was a fucking amazing match. So, yeah. Leon, are you gonna take another shot at this?
I really liked Claudio and Zack Sabre Jr. At Forbidden Door.
I wish it had been Danielson, and I know why it wasn't Danielson.
Oh God, yeah, no,
but I wish
I
it had
totally
been.
agree. Yeah,
because
I
had never thought of that until they
that.
started teasing it, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta see that."
Right, I actually really enjoyed what those two did. Fucking beating the shit out of each other and then trying to bend each other backwards.
Forbidden Door got our best match. It's just full on, which doesn't surprise me.
It's a great show.
Best promo of the year. This is really fucking hard.
Like an individual promo or best person? Okay, I'm sorry.
Best individual promo of the year. Okay.
Oh, what the fuck?
So it's Town. Town's up. So Town will start this one. Best promo of the year. I have a lot of thoughts. The MJF promo that he did to Punk, where he talked about how Punk was his idol and his hero, and then he just turned left, was an amazing fucking promo. MJF's had a couple. Cody Rhodes, the day after WrestleMania, had a really fucking amazing promo. Just an amazing promo. Chris Jericho's had some great promos. Jon Moxley, when he came back, that fucking promo he cut was just next level. That promo was so fucking good. But the promo that I sit here and I go, I could listen to this fucking promo 700 times. Bud's having a moment. It's good. The promo that I sit there and I'm like, this promo is just fucking amazing. This promo is exactly what it needs to be. This promo is professional wrestling to me. Came at the Full Gear buy-in or whatever the hell they call it. And it was Eddie Kingston. That promo, that dude's on a fucking pre-show cutting a promo. You feel every emotion he has. He's happy, he's crying, he's just running the gauntlet. And I'm sitting there like, this fucking promo is it. So that is my choice. It's Eddie Kingston at Full Gear.
I think I mean, I would love to piggyback off of you, but that's not what I picked. It's not what I wrote down. I think Eddie Kingston. We can have this argument some other time, but I think Eddie Kingston is the best promo in the business today.
I'm not going to disagree with you because I think Eddie Kingston has that ability to express a ton of emotions and a ton of different things at once. Whereas opposed to we talked about MJF earlier, it's this is my character, this is how my promo cuts a character, this is what I follow. Whereas opposed to Eddie Kingston is here, there, and he can do so much with so little.
He wears his heart on his sleeve, but he's able to like articulate it perfectly in a promo without making it sound rehearsed, because it never is. Some of the greatest videos, I don't know if y'all have ever seen them, but like some of the greatest videos is on YouTube. You can find like Eddie Kingston cutting promos on like a cookie or like a bag of Sour Patch Kids. But anyway, that's not what I said. What I said was Mox's promo after Brawl Out, because I think it just set the tone for what Dynamite and AEW became after Brawl Out and after they lost their 4 biggest guys. I mean, that's their 4 biggest guys. And to have Mox come out and set the tone and just be like, no, this is my show. This is my friggin' show.
So
it's not what he said, but
I'm going to piggyback off of you because I think Moxley did set that tone. And then this Kingston promo, that was one of those promos that reminded you of why you started watching AEW.
Yes.
So the two are kind of intertwined.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Yep. Leon?
Yes, Town.
What is your best promo of the year?
I very much enjoyed the promo that Mox did after the Brawl Out shit and everything. And he just kind of came out and read everybody the fucking riot act. And
is that what you're picking?
Yeah. I liked that one where it was a lot of like inside baseball, but not too inside, and just basically saying we're the people who are fucking here. Let's fucking do this. I liked it.
Yeah, you and Bud picked the same one. All right, so now we have one that's probably pretty fucking easy because we have the most disappointing moment of the year. Town will go first. Brawl Out. Bud Robinson, you're up.
Brawl Out. I would like to be I would love to be the black sheep in this, but I know that I probably won't be. It's Brawl Out.
Leon.
Yeah, Brawl fucking out.
And again, it's a double-edged sword because it was such a shitty moment and it was such a bad moment and it looked so fucking bad at the time, and we were all kind of sitting there like, how the fuck are they going to recover from this? The reality was they came out of it really, really well, and they're in a much better spot than before.
But they came out of it really well, despite CM Punk, which is I think the amazing part.
Yeah, I think that's the key. That moment was.
We've talked about it on this podcast.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I do want to get a T-shirt that says "I'm old, I'm fucking tired, I'm hurt, and I fucking work with kids." Because that shirt would fit me. I could actually wear that shirt, and it would be like, "That's true."
Same.
So
I like we've talked ad nauseum about how disappointed we are about all the things that could have happened.
But you know what? I think the biggest thing is we're wrestling fans, and Punk's kind of a hero to us.
Yeah.
And when your hero does something that bad,
that's dumb.
And it was different when he walked out because it was like we knew WWE sucked when he walked out. But this was like, this company doesn't suck. You did this. You're an asshole. So it's like it's just got a different.
I work with fucking children.
And he's not wrong because there's a lot, like we said, a ton of time. There's a ton of people that were at fault, but like that moment was just like it was like a kick in the fucking gut, and you're just like, oh my god, seriously?
We were the three of us were talking about it for weeks afterwards.
We talked about it like 2 weeks ago. Last time we did a podcast, so, I mean, it doesn't go away. Let's move on to happier shit.
Yeah,
Bud Robinson, best moment of the year in professional wrestling.
The formation of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Ooh.
Because I did not, and not that this necessarily makes a good moment, but I did not see it coming. I saw Moxley and Danielson fighting, and to see them come together instead, and with William Regal at the helm, it was, this might be a weird thing to say, but it was wholesome, and it was what they needed. It's what AEW needed. It's what those two wrestlers needed. It's what
felt real.
Yeah.
Great moment, I would agree. Leon Robinson, best moment of the year.
Best moment of the year, town. The best moment of the year is every time Willie Regal was in the announce booth and started shamelessly flirting with the man in the mask.
Oh, God.
I love that shit so much.
Somewhere there's a supercut of all the times that he flirts with Excalibur.
I just wrote for Leon's moment of the year, William Regal and Excalibur flirting.
Fuck yeah.
I just want to know when they're going to get married. Shit. That's what I want to know.
Okay.
So much. I loved it so much.
When can those two crazy kids work it out?
So, best moment of the year for town. There's only one fucking moment, and it's a moment that I rewatch on YouTube at least like every other day. Okay? It happened on AEW Dynamite on October 12th. It was Orange Cassidy winning the All Atlantic Championship. That's the moment of this year. That moment makes me happy, and it's the fucking orange confetti coming out and the way the crowd fucking popped. As much as I was complaining about him always fighting Pac and losing, it made that moment mean more. As much as I don't want to admit that, like that moment was fucking amazing. I mean, that truly was the fucking moment to me. That was the best moment. That was just the moment for me this year that was like that. This is why I fucking love wrestling. And the way they're pushing Orange Cassidy too is just like, yeah, this is why I like wrestling. All right. Leon, are you ready?
I'm never ready, town.
Well, I got 2 words for you.
You're up.
No.
Worst promotion of the year. That's actually like 5 words, but whatever. What's the worst promotion? Yeah, worst company was the worst.
CYN.
Oh, God.
This is not going to make it.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Damn it.
I'm wrong.
That might have to be a universal one.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. It's true. It's true.
I was gonna be really critical of the NWA and the way they've kind of fallen apart a little bit. But yeah, choose. Yeah,
that would be a valid answer.
CYN, it has to be. They talked all this shit and they're gonna run all these shows and they're gonna be so great and it's Braun Strowman's gonna be like the centerpiece and he fucking left. And it's just like those shows were so fucking unwatchable. They were so bad. Bud Robinson, what do you got?
I don't have one. CYN wasn't even on my radar. The only one that I could think of that was absolute crap this year was XPW, and that's because I remember reading something about the owner of XPW being a sexist bigot or something, and I so that's not fair. Like I don't have any reason. They came back off of the success of I want to say ROH. I don't remember.
I haven't heard a thing from XPW.
They probably have gone under. I have no idea.
Because there was that XPW episode on Dark Side, or what?
I have no idea.
I
think that's what it was. I think they got a lot of feedback on the episode of Dark Side of the Ring, and so then they came back.
They tried to run
the fuck? Yeah. That made them want to come back? What the shit?
Eyes on the product, man. That's all it takes, whether it's good or bad.
That's not even. I don't have one. I can't have one because I think every promotion that I think of off the top of my head in this moment has gotten better this year. I can't. What about think of
CYN?
Anything.
Can you pick CYN?
I think they weren't even on my radar. I don't care about them. I care.
But now 0%. They're on your.
But now they're on your radar. I still don't care about them because I know that they probably don't even exist anymore.
So for this one, I'm just gonna write "Bud is too nice."
That's fine.
Mudrick!
I was gonna rail the NWA a little bit because their wheels are kind of falling apart. But calling them the worst promotion of the year would be a reach because they weren't that bad. They still have some really good wrestlers and do some really good shit.
And they have an interesting product. Like
they do. I was just gonna rail on them for that. You could
remind me that I want to change my answer for worst moment or whatever now. Is fucking Titus winning their world title.
I don't think that was, and you're not changing because I don't want to go back. That's too far. and brawl out was worse. Okay.
All right.
Leon went first last time, so Town goes first this time. Best promotion of the year. I gotta go with AEW just because I think they've done the best job, and in spite of the bullshitty summer and the way some shit went south, they kind of came out of that. They rose like a phoenix, and I think they're still, in terms of wrestling, I think they're probably the best. They're the best company. I would still go with AEW. Boom, Bud.
Yeah, they haven't been perfect. They haven't been untouchable, but yeah,
that is not as good as they were last year. Bud, best promotion of the year.
For sure.
Bud's gonna pick
Ghost
CYM.
Town. No, it's AEW by a landslide, and what you've said is true, Town.
Yeah.
But also I have to say that because they're bringing up other promotions.
Yeah.
They're bringing up all of, including WWE. Like WWE can sit there and say they're not competition, but WWE is upping their game because AEW is pushing them.
Yep.
Like, you cannot tell me that they did not, that they were, that they were farming for Cody Rhodes just because. Like, it was because they wanted that little dig on AEW. I
agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. Leon, best promotion of the year.
It's AEW.
Yeah, and
they weren't perfect by any means. They weren't untouchable. They weren't nearly to the level that they were last year, but at the same time, nobody has overtaken them.
I think for the first time as a company, they dealt with some shit that was pretty hard, and they managed to navigate it. And I think that's a really important piece for them, and that's only going to make them better in the future if they can navigate. Because what happened to them after Brawl Out and all that shit that was going on was really, really fucking bad. And the fact that they're able to just they navigated it and then they excelled. They were like this. They went down. They had the shit, and then it was just fuck this. We're going. We're gonna move on now to like the last four that we have. We're gonna talk about some of the best. And this is gonna be an absolute fucking blast. I cannot wait to do these because I think we're gonna be so far apart on these. I really do.
Maybe.
I think so. We're gonna start with
This is the best tag team of the year award.
Bud. You go first. All right.
The Acclaimed.
The Acclaimed.
Their rise this year has been nothing short of monumental, and I'm going to be sad to see them lose it to FTR. But I feel like that's where they're going to go, and it's just
FTR's contracts are up in 2023, early 2023, and they're talking about not coming back. They're talking about just taking a little break and kind of doing New Japan and whatever they want. And I'm sure that WWE is going to offer FTR fucking bank. So I don't guarantee that.
I don't know if they go back.
They're Triple H guys. They're Triple H guys. So
yeah, but I don't know. We'll see.
I get what you're saying.
We will see. I hope not, because I think FTR out of WWE, they can't do in WWE what they're doing now. Like, they're pretty much doing what they want. And that's because of Tony Khan. Like, Tony Khan is giving them a contract. And I said the Acclaimed, and now I'm talking about FTR.
It's okay, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about it. Let's hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, Leon, who's the best tag team of the year?
FTR.
Yeah, so there you go. Now we can talk about FTR. Go ahead, bud.
I think, like, FTR is just... I look at them the same as like Matt Cardona. Like they're living their best lives right now. On the same token, Matt Cardona is like never say never. Like he had some rumors about possibly going back to the E, and he says never say never. And so like I see what you're saying. FTR could, but I think that FTR, like the best version of FTR is this right here. And if they go back to the E, they can't do the same thing. It can't be the same thing because they don't have enough depth in WWE right now in their tag team roster that they could say, well, is that depth? One tag team? Like
they've got the same tag teams they feuded with when they were there last time.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool to see them fight the Usos. But like then what do you do with them? Whereas now, they can pretty much fight whoever they want.
So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to think of a different answer and be a complete asshole just to piss off Leon, and I want to say the Usos. But if I said that, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it.
But they have been pretty good this year.
What? What'd you say, bud?
The Usos have been pretty good this year.
They've been good.
Yeah. They're not
but
FTR.
I don't think they haven't been as good as the Acclaimed. They haven't been as good as FTR. Mm-mm. Hell, they haven't been as good as the Best Friends. I should pick the Best Friends just to be an a-hole, but I'm not going to do it. I'm pretty sure I picked the Bucks last year.
Yeah.
And the Bucks, I think, probably are one of my favorite tag teams just for their ability in the ring and what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a really, really weird year. They won the tag team champions for like a small period of time, lost them right away, and they that's because Jeff Hardy. But they had like a weird year. Now they're in trios.
Even that's
the two teams that come to mind are the Acclaimed and FTR.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at it and I go from like an entertainment standpoint and a growth standpoint, like the Acclaimed came out of nowhere and just like blew the fucking roof off, and they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But then I look at FTR, and FTR has an amazing match with everybody, and everything they do in the ring is fucking amazing. And I have to go. I have to go with FTR, and it's close. But at this FTR, they're like firing on a completely different cylinder from everybody else right now.
I would like to give an honorable mention to Swerve in Our Glory.
They were great.
They are such.
They were great.
They got mashed together. Which they didn't really, but that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
But like they were like so. It was such an interesting idea to have this, and maybe they're still doing it. I don't know if they've actually split at this point. But you have this dastardly heel in Swerve and this pure babyface in Keith Lee, and to have that dynamic it's interesting TV.
The only knock I have on it is that I feel like they were put together for the sake of storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And they put the belts on them, and that is my being conditioned by WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Opposites attract type of tag team. They were good though. They weren't bad. They had some really good moments too. But I would say FTR Acclaimed, then probably the Usos, then Swerve in Our Glory. That's my rankings.
I'll take that. I agree.
All right.
Strongly.
All right, Leon. We're almost done, but we got an important one. Leon. Women's Wrestler of the Year. Who do you got?
I am going to go with Toni Storm. She's just been wrestling her ass off all year long. I didn't want to be too much of a prisoner of the moment and say Jamie, even though I have been a hater since her first appearance on Dynamite way back in 2019. But I got to go with Toni this year right now.
Okay. I get it. Hard one. This is a hard one. This is a hard one for many reasons because I think there's a lot of, for like the first time, and this we talked about this last year too. There's so many more women wrestlers that are getting the chance. They're getting the chance to have these fucking really incredible matches, and we're starting to realize that they, hey, we don't need a fucking kiddie pool full of gravy for them to have a match. Which I think is just amazing. One person, Becky Lynch has been awesome. Sasha Banks has been gone. Bailey has been incredible. Like, literally fucking incredible.
Absolutely.
Bud's giving me a thumbs up from afar. She's been incredible, but she wasn't around enough this year. When she's been there, she's been awesome. Britt Baker has been awesome. Tony Storm has been awesome. Jamie Hayter has been awesome. Like, there's a lot of people to choose from. There's like, I'm looking at this list and I'm going, "Ugh." Even Becky Lynch, you know, she's been really good too. But to me, every time I watch WWE, and mostly I watch the quote unquote, what do they call them now? Pay-per-views are the premium
live events.
Yeah, the premium.
The
Thanks,
ple.
Leon, premium. The Plez. When I watch the Plez, the person that constantly sticks out to me, that's having these incredible matches, doing these incredible things, and just has fucking momentum. It's just white hot. Bianca Belair. And I don't think anyone would have expected me to pick Bianca Belair, but I'm going to pick Bianca Belair because I think she's that person. I mean, she's just everything.
Fantastic, huh?
She's so good, and I feel like I missed a fair amount of her upcoming because I didn't see her in NXT that much, and then her growth on like Raw, like her when she came up, I didn't see a whole lot of it, but then I saw her at Mania when she won the championship, and I was like, holy shit, she's good.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get that build, they win the championship, and then it's just like they fall out and they don't ever do anything. She beat Becky at Mania. She did everything she was supposed to do. She's like she's one of their top people. Like, she's fucking incredible. I love Bianca Belair, and I know it's weird for me to pick a WWE person because we're very much AEW biased.
Oh, completely. Yeah, I get you.
We prefer the product, and we prefer the show, and we've been burnt so many times by WWE. We're basically like, fuck you, you can't do anything right. It's not true, because they can. Yeah. Bianca Belair really is, like, to me, as great as Becky is and Charlotte and all them, like, Bianca's the one. That's the person right now to me that is just excelling. So, Bud Robinson, the floor is yours.
Well, Ghostly Town. Well, I'm gonna go for the opposite reason of Leon. I'm gonna go with Jamie Hayter because I think I have sung Toni Storm's praises a lot. I think that she didn't get a fair run in her title run. But Jamie Hayter is just, she's on fire right now. And it's not out of nowhere. Like, she's been putting in the work, and this whole year she's just been amazing, and she's just getting better and better, and the people are getting behind her. And despite the fact that she's playing it up as a heel, maybe a tweener at this point, that she is, like, she's still getting huge cheers from the fans. And again, I think that the moment that she beats Britt, or even just the moment that they have their first match, is going to be a huge deal. And it's because of how much those two have come up together.
Yep, I would agree. I would agree wholeheartedly, Bud Robinson. We're on our second to last category, and we are on Male Wrestler of the Year. And
did you say Dude Wrestler of the Year?
I changed it to Dude. No, it's back to Male. We'll call it
okay. Bro. Well, then it's Matt Riddle.
Hey, bro, he's in rehab. Yeah.
Strike that.
So Male Wrestler of the Year, it's fucking Jon Moxley. Just for the way he picked up now we're gonna do Wrestler of the Year next, and my choice is totally different from Moxley, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm picking Jon Moxley because I think in terms of like importance to a company, I don't think anybody's been more important than him. I think when all that shit happened and they had, Punk got hurt, Moxley picked up the ball. Put over Punk, didn't complain, did what he had to do. They fucking have brawl out. Moxley comes out, picks out the ball, picks it up. Moxley goes to the pay-per-view. He cancels his vacation. He becomes champion. He has a bunch of really good matches. He puts over MJF. He still doesn't go on vacation. Now he's feuding with Hangman. Like he's been that guy. He's the guy. He's the ace. He's the guy. I think he's the most important person in any company right now. So I go with Moxley.
Before we continue, I need to say this to Jonathan Moxlington. Take some time off. Just do it, please. I don't want you wrecked. Okay.
I agree.
I went with Eddie Kingston because I think he has not gotten a lot of screen time, which is sad. I love me some Eddie Kingston. Everybody here knows that. But the time that he has been on TV, I'm enthralled to see him. Like even the matches where he, like him and Jericho in the, is it a death match or something? Even that match, like where he lost, and it was still an amazing loss. Like he told this amazing story.
Jericho. Jericho's a wizard.
He is a wizard.
Part of his wizardry is getting people over.
And I mean, to that effect, Jericho would fit in this category too. But
of course,
I like Edward better. So
okay,
he gets
Leon Robinson. I have 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Is it the same question?
Who is your male wrestler of the year, and why is it Roman Reigns?
You said this last year too. This should be our running gag. I love it.
God.
Roman Reigns hasn't wrestled for 20 years, town.
Seriously.
He's the greatest. It's like I crap my pants. What do you got, Leon? Who's your male wrestler of the year?
His Shield compatriot.
Who?
I said his Shield compatriot.
Seth Rollins has been killing it this year.
We're going with Seth Rollins?
You know?
Are you going?
I was making a joke, but am I changing your mind? I mean, Seth Rollins has been doing good stuff this year.
You could definitely make an argument for Seth.
Yeah.
Everything he's been involved with, but no, you got to go with John. With all the fucking insanity that's been going on with AEW, especially since Brawl Out, and before that, at the beginning of summer with Punk's injury and everything, dude has been the most consistent thing on television. On the mic, in the ring, backstage. Yeah, it's John.
Okay. We're in our final category. It's Wrestler of the Year, and I got a little caveat for this one because it seems like we just
How was that different from the last one? I apologize.
Just listen.
I was just gonna. Okay.
Just listen to town here. Okay.
Listen to town.
So what we just talked about is we talked about the wrestler, the best male, the best female wrestler. Okay. And the best wrestler of the year, or the wrestler of the year, is going to come out of our eyes, the person that we look at and we say, they were the person this year. They were the person I wanted to watch. They were the best. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the same fucking person. If you pick the same person, that's fine. But the way I'm looking at it is this category isn't necessarily the best wrestler. It's the person you look at and you're like, that's my guy type of situation. The person you thought was the best wrestler in that regard. So that's how Town looks at this one.
You're saying like the person you want to see?
Yeah. Yeah. So just that's how I'm looking at this one. The person that is like the center of what you like, the center of what you have going on, the person that you think had the fucking best year in your eyes. And it doesn't have to be the normal metric. And I think that's an important piece of this. The normal metric of, well, they were in every main event or they had every championship. That's not what I'm looking for. We're looking for the person that we thought was the best wrestler, the person that meets our metrics of what we wanted. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so Bud, you're up.
I want to say Kenny Omega. I've recently learned that Kenny Omega might be my favorite wrestler of all time. However, he was not on the card very much this year. Like he was out. He's been out since December of last year.
And he's back for like 2 months and then he got out again. Yeah.
Yeah, between injuries and then the shenanigans. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's barely been around.
But the irony here, Bud, is if you want to say Kenny Omega, you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because there's no caveat.
Kenny Omega for this year is not my his last when he came back with the Bucks and the Carry On My Wayward Son and all that stuff, like that stuff's amazing. I love it. But him this year, I think Moxley does it for me. And I picked Moxley for the same reason that I pick Eddie Kingston, but Moxley has gotten a chance to do it more, and he does it better right now because he has more of an opportunity to do it. I think if Kingston were in the position that Moxley were in, he might be giving me the same vibes that Moxley is right now, where it's just I see this guy and I think like John Moxley, to me, I watch him and I think he loves the product. He loves wrestling. He's here to show people what wrestling is about, and he's not here for any other reason than that.
Good. I think that's a great answer. Leon Robinson.
Yes, Tom.
You're up. Wrestler of the year. Who's the guy for you?
Person that I want to see and just enjoyed everything they did all the time is Bryan Danielson. I loved everything he did. Getting out there, I can't wait to have him go out there and just be insane and try to fucking destroy MGF because of the whole Regal thing and everything. He is my dude this year. Good.
Okay, so Leon picked Bryan Danielson.
As I was talking about Moxley, I was like, maybe it's Bryan Danielson. Because he's
just a dude I wanted to see.
Absolutely. Every time he's out there.
Those are both really good choices. Those guys are fucking amazing.
Yes,
and now Town's got to pick. And I think
Town's gonna pick not those people.
No, I think we know where Town's gonna go.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, obviously.
Rome, no.
Come on. The resurrected Andre the Giant. Obviously.
The greatest catch-can wrestler of all time, Andre the Giant.
This is easy. This is very easy for me because there have been a lot of really good wrestlers and there's been a lot of really good shit the past like 3 years. And there's been one guy that has like made me like love wrestling again. Mm-hmm. And there's been one guy where it's like, this fucking guy has charisma. This fucking guy can work. This fucking guy can do anything. This is the guy. And it's one of those deals where the harder you push him, the more he does. And I think that's a really important caveat because I think those are the really good guys. Because the harder you push John Moxley, what happens?
It's better.
The more he does.
Yeah.
The harder you push Bryan Danielson, boom. The harder you push The Rock, the harder you push Austin. So you get behind these guys, and sometimes you get behind a guy and they do less, which I think is John Cena. I think John Cena got pushed and he just got into a boom. And Hulk Hogan got into a boom. And we talk about those guys kind of as people got tired of them. There's a reason they got tired of them because they just did the same thing. And I think one of the biggest things for me with Orange Cassidy is that you initially saw him and it was a couple of things here, a couple of spots here. That's all he did. And he was funny and I liked him because he was funny. And then it's like, wait a minute. This guy doesn't seem like he's a bad worker. And then he has that match with Pac. He does this, he does that. Because he's actually going to try. And then this year, it's like he had a fucking 5-star match at Forbidden Door. And they give him the All-Atlantic title. And he just starts fucking tearing it up. And his title reign right now, I honest to God don't think there's a better champion than him right now in professional wrestling. And I watch that guy, and the only thing I want is for him to have the chance. Just keep fucking pushing him because he's the guy. Like, he's so perfect for AEW. He so embodies what they are. He's the fucking guy, and he's a guy that they need to keep pushing because I, honest to God, 2 years ago, I remember we started this podcast, and I would joke about how he should be world champion, and it was never serious. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, that dude should be fucking world champion. And I'm not even kidding. Like it's easily doable.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has come that far. So I mean, for me, it's fucking Orange Cassidy, and it's not even close. It's not even close. As crazy as it sounds, Leon, I was pretty sure you were gonna pick Sami Zayn.
Considered it,
So,
but yeah, no.
yeah, I mean, I get the Moxley and I get the Danielson. Those guys are fucking amazing, and I love watching those guys. And those guys are just those other guys. Kenny Omega, holy fuck, that guy can do anything. But it's just with Orange Cassidy, it's just like it's such a different package. It's so unique.
Mm-hmm.
And then that fucker, he still can just turn it on. So, you knew I was picking him.
I did, yeah.
Well,
You mentioned a couple of days ago, or a couple of podcasts ago, that you think that he's your favorite wrestler of all time, and I get that. Like, I have the same vibes that you have with Orange Cassidy, with Kenny Omega, and I have since I think the first match I watched with him was it was either Okada or it was Jericho. I think it was Okada, and Okada's amazing too. Don't get me wrong, but like watching that match, I think I watched it like I don't usually watch matches over and over again, but like I watched that match 2, 3, 4 times, and I just wrote down all the cool stuff that I was seeing in there. I was like, is this what they're doing in wrestling now? And so then I started watching more wrestling. Like, he was the guy who started getting me back into wrestling. And then
I think there's a really important caveat with this though, is that we were so into wrestling when we were younger, in our 20s, and like when I say we fucking lived it and died it, I'm not exaggerating. Like, it was our life.
Yeah.
Like, it was all we cared about, all three of us.
Every
And
Monday.
Jensen included and Rainville included. Like, we lived and fucking died professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere along the way, it got unfun. And we all tuned out. And it was like, we just didn't care. Leon suffered through it. He was the only one that was doing it. And I would watch pay-per-view once in a while. I thought something was going to be good. Like, I watched Mania. I tried to know what was happening with Mania. And then when NXT got hot with Shinsuke, I watched NXT. But we were so fucking far removed from that product. Then AEW comes out and it's like, I'm excited for this. Then I watch it. I'm like, I like this. And here's this idiot with sunglasses. What the fuck is this? And I watched it. I'm like, wow, this guy's fucking great. The first thing I ever saw him do was put his hands in the pocket, jump over the top rope, and not lose his sunglasses, which is just like amazing. So I feel like in the past like 2 years, 3 of us have re-fallen in love with professional wrestling. And it's not this thing that I hate. Like, I would watch WrestleMania and I would hate it. I would watch it like, how fucking stupid is this? Now it's this thing that we love again. And now it's this thing that we consider and we can say, yeah, I'm a fan of professional wrestling. And you don't feel like an idiot. Like, I hated that with WWE, where you'd watch and you'd be like, I feel so fucking stupid right now. And I don't feel stupid.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bud. You're raising your hand.
Yeah, it was just so I didn't forget my point. I to piggyback off what you're saying, I think when I look back on it, I think that WWE had 2 very distinct audiences. It had the people who were there for the sports entertainment, for the crash car booking and all that stuff. And those people stayed. Like, those people stayed with WWE, and they taught their kids to like WWE because of the characters, because of the larger than life characters and the crash car and the swerves and all of that stuff. But then there were people like us who I think we, at least me, like I realized that I was more of a fan of the wrestling than I was of the storylines. And NJPW was the thing that made me realize that first. And then, like, from NJPW, like, that's where the Bucks came from. That's where Omega came from. And I think that's why I was so excited about AEW, is because you had those 3 guys involved. And I knew that they were going to bring that same energy. I had hoped that they would bring the same energy. And
I think
it's true. Like, that's what that product is. Like, even if you take Kenny Omega and the Bucks out of it, I think the product is still the same. It's still about professional wrestling. It's still about people going out there and doing amazing athletic things. It's not about swerves.
I think the piece that you miss is like the storyline piece is, I like storylines. I like good storylines. You like good storylines. Leon likes good storylines. When you're being fed these storylines that are so stupid, it's really, really hard. And they had, in the Attitude Era, you could get away with stupid stuff because of what you could do. you could be so larger than life and stupid because you had no limitations. When you have limitations and you try to do stupid storylines, they just sound childish.
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge piece. But between AEW and this podcast, it's been like a huge, just kind of refalling in love with it. I think for all of us, because we talk about it all the fucking time now.
Yes. God.
Whereas
Yeah.
before we never talked about wrestling because nobody gave a shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so hard to give a shit. But yeah. Let's enjoy. This was a very good podcast. This was good.
Good pod.
We didn't get into any arguments, like serious arguments today. We almost agreed on everything.
We didn't last year either.
Rare.
I don't think there's much contention here. Like, we all had a lot of different answers, but we all understood each other's points of view.
I don't think there was a single answer that I would have disagreed with.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn is the best heel and babyface. I was like, what the fuck, Leon? That's lazy. But then I'm like,
He kind of was.
no, that makes sense.
Like,
that makes sense. It makes perfect sense because he's doing such good work. So,
And where he started in it and to where he is now, it's like he was like everybody, the whole crowd was just like waiting for like the Bloodline guys to just stomp the shit out of him and everything because he was just being so smarmy, trying to suck up to Roman and everything. And now it's where it is now, and it's just dude is people eating out of the palm of his hand. It's fucking incredible.
He brings Leon joy. That's good.
Yeah.
But you're gonna do the sign out.
He
You're gonna
brings
sign
his
us out.
milkshake to the yard. When you said
Yeah,
that, I
right.
thought that's what you were going to say, that he brings his milkshake to the yard. I have been Bud. That has been Town. That has been Leon, framed as Sami Zayn because he likes Sami Zayn. Bye, everybody. Have a nice day.